What up everyone and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we'll be learning how to create a folder or also a file, and also how to check if a file or a folder already exists, and if it exists what can we do, like just print a print statement saying that the file exists, and if we try to create a directory or a file and it failed, what can we also do. So I'm just going to write a simple code that will make your life easier. So start by writing a string, and I'm going to give it path, the name of path equal to, and put a double quotation and semicolon, and we're going to put something inside of there later on. And the next step that you need to do is write file and then type dir, which stands for directory. You can name this whatever you want, but that's what the name I chose, equal to new file, and then I'm going to write path and a semicolon and import this file right there. And the next step is we're going to write an if statement and check if the folder that we actually want to create exists. So dir dot exist, and then the exclamation mark here stands for not. So if that folder does not exist, I want you to do something specifically. So if it doesn't exist, I want you to do dir or directory dot make directory. So I want you to make a directory out of this. But what we're going to do, we're going to actually put this inside of an if statement. And you can actually do something else instead of making a directory. You can actually delete, get name, you can create new file. There's a lot of options that you can actually use, but I'm just using this one for now. So what we're going to do, we're going to write another if statement. And this if statement will create the directory for us anyways, but if this function that I just wrote on the side of here was proceeded successfully, I want you to print a print statement and tell me that I was able to create that file. So or that folder. So folder has been created successfully. And I'm going to write an else. So if this function right here failed, I want you to write something else. And this is all in case if that folder does not exist. I want you to do all of that. So folder failed to be created. So let's actually close this bracket right here, which is already closed. So we close that if statement. So I'm going to write if actually that file exists, because in here it says if not. So now if it actually exists, I want you to print another statement. I want you to print that file, that folder already exists. Folder already exists. So let's recap and see actually what I wrote again. And first thing, I define a path, and I'm going to call this test. And this is going to be the name of my folder. And then I'm going to define where that folder or where that file going to be. And this is where it is. So I'm putting that path inside of this function, which allow me to create that file or folder. And then I'm going to write an if statement to check if it exists or not. And in here I said if it doesn't exist, I want you to make a directory, and if this method right here gets done, I want you to print a statement right there that it got created, and if not, say that this function failed. And in the case of it actually does exist, I want you to say the folder already exists, and that's it. So let's actually run it and see what actually happened. Not done with me talking, and let's see the work being done. So I'm going to go to the directory where my workspace is, because that's where it's going to create it. If you really want to put it somewhere else, you can put the path in here, but I'm just going to create it over there. So let's run it, and it's going to tell me folder has been created successfully. So it's right here. It created a folder named test, and then if I run it again, it will say, oh, the folder already exists. So if anything happens in between that actually make it fail, it will say folder failed to be created if there's a bug or your computer crashes or something like that. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if you have any questions. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like my videos as well. Thank you so much and have a great day.